Welcome to America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry, AVCCI, powered by the American Business Podcast. My name is Kevin Deveci. I'm the founder of the American Business Podcast, ABP, and founder of America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry, AVCCI. AVCCI is a virtual America's Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Because it's virtual, you can connect AVCCI and AVCCI activities from anywhere. We are a national Chamber of Commerce and Industry to help American businesses grow their businesses, collaborate, connect, and educate their workforce. Our mission is simple at AVCCI. We are to promote, support, uplift, and connect American businesses, nonprofits, manufacturers, and the business community in this age of AI. One mission, unlimited locations, thanks to our virtual Chamber of Commerce model that's designed for these modern ages, business professional. When you go to avcci.us website of ours, you can learn more about AVCCI, our mission, as well as our events. We have more than 10 active committee meetings that takes place every month. And each committee is led by members of AVCCI. And each committee meets monthly. Committee meetings are complimentary. You don't have to be an AVCCI member to follow and join. Please go to avcci.us and go to events section. You'll see the list of committee meetings on the calendar, and you can sign up complimentary and join us. Each committee meeting is taking place virtually, and each committee meeting is being recorded and pushed to the American Business Podcast for further visibility and publicity opportunity. Thanks to the integration between the American Business Podcast and America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry, AVCCI. Now AVCCI is the only Chamber of Commerce that is virtual and powered by a successful business podcast network, that is the American Business Podcast. Support us, join us, and we are looking forward to welcoming you at AVCCI. Remember, AVCCI is inclusive. From sole entrepreneur to Fortune 500 company, there is something for every single business professional, executive, and business leader, as well as we are welcoming young professionals, those who are just entering their career, starting their career journey. We are welcoming everyone, every serious business professional and every serious American business and international business to America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry, also known as AVCCI, powered by the American Business Podcast. Please go to our website, avcci.us, learn more about AVCCI, go to events section, sign up our coming virtual complimentary committee meetings, and be a member. Support AVCCI. We are growing very fast, and we love to have you at AVCCI and help you grow your business in this age of AI. Thank you for your support. Started.
All right. You want me to kick it off, Adam?
Sure, we might as well introduce ourselves so they know who we are and what we're going to cover.
Yeah, I feel like you need no introduction, but we'll make that happen anyway. So I'll get it kicked off. Eugene Rodriguez, JP Morgan Chase Business Relationship Manager, Senior Acquisition out of the Melville corporate office. I actually have the pleasure of co-chairing with Adam Dicker, who pretty much needs no introduction. But we are here for one particular subject today, and that is lead generation. And I think it's something that concerns all phases of business, whether you're a for-profit or nonprofit entity. Everyone's looking for a way to qualify leads and find the proper people to have conversations with. And I just so happen to co-chair with someone that is amazing amazing at doing this. So with that said, I'll go ahead and let Adam introduce himself and then give it over to Kevin for some quick announcements. And then we can get this show on the road and talk about what we're all here for today.
No problems. If you guys could all mute your mics, that would be helpful. And then I'll go ahead and I'll introduce myself. So my name is Adam Dicker. I was the executive vice president of GoDaddy. Took them from a startup as an EVP of marketing to a multi-billion-dollar company. Then I left. I had to deal with some personal issues. My dad was suffering from a brain tumor. And then later on, I worked with Howard Schultz, gave a couple $100 million to the company I was working with for me to set up in Houston. I ran a company with him there. We did that for a while. I've done some work with the White House to help stop child pornography online. And I own 30,000 websites and domain names. So I keep pretty busy. As Kevin knows, recently I started the first special needs directory for anybody that has autism or any special need whatsoever. It's called specialneeds.help, and it went from 0 people 2 months ago to over 350,000 a month within 2 months. We're going to hit 1 million in September. And I'm going to personalize this discussion for you guys. So have your questions ready and your businesses, what you're doing, so that you can actually get ahead on your business from this conversation today.
Kevin, I think that goes over to you. Please feel free to make some announcements, and I'll get it kicked off.
Of course. Well, thank you very much for this. I'm very excited for the AVCCI Business Development Sales and Marketing Committee meeting. We have great co-chairs, Eugene and Adam. I'm very excited. So just briefly, our mission at AVCCI, America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry, is to promote, support, uplift, and connect American businesses, nonprofits, manufacturers, and the business community. So that's our mission in this age of AI, and we are here for your success. Our committee meetings are inclusive and they are complementary, and we have different committee meeting every week. Pretty much, we have more than 10 active committees, plus a business book club, very popular, and also public speakers club. Next week also we have great meetings. We have strategy and business innovation committee meeting coming up next week. Please sign up if you are interested. And also we have our Long Island, New York chapter meeting is coming up as well. And the following week we have technology, AI meeting coming up. So please make sure to sign up. The sign up is easy. I put the AVCCI website in the chat box. When you go to avcci.us, you can go to the events section on the website and you'll see the calendar and coming meetings, and you can sign up easily. As I mentioned, they are complimentary and you are more than welcome to join. If you are a public speaker, we have public speakers club that you may be listed there as a member if you like to be a member. We also have we also have business book club available, and for our members, we also present our members who are also published authors, and their books are also listed and presented on AVCCI website under business book club. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask us anytime. Our email is avcci@americanpodcast.tv. Let's remember, the America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry, AVCCI, is powered by the American Business Podcast. We are the only virtual chamber of commerce and industry. We are national, and we are the only one that's powered by a successful business podcast, the American Business Podcast. Right now, we have more than 200,000 YouTube subscribers, and we are growing very fast. And this visibility and this publicity is also available to you. We are recording this meeting, and this committee meeting also will be available on the American Business Podcast in coming days. So more visibility and more publicity opportunity. Thank you very much. Back to you, Eugene, Adam.
Thank you.
So before my colleague gets started on his slide presentation and explains to you how he creates lead generation, many of us for many years, depending on what roles you are, have called leads like Dun & Bradstreet. We've paid for subscriptions in order to get qualified leads. And many of us have had kind of the same success ratio, right? Sometimes you're lucky if you have the right number. They look if you have the right address, the right contact information behind the decision maker. And one of the things that Adam and I sat down and discussed when we talked about our committee and business development was, what is it that we can do to make life easier for people, to help them have better results? And lead generation sat at the top of that list. So with that said, if you've gone through similar frustrations, Adam is here to sort of run you through what he's done, what he does differently, and how he creates qualified leads so that when you are putting your efforts forward to cold call, to reach out to people, you're calling the people you want to be on the phone with and giving yourself a higher chance of success. So with that said, I pass it along to my colleague, Adam, so he can get started on telling you how he does it.
Yeah, so first of all, it's a pleasure to meet all of you. The goal, as Kevin mentioned, is to make sure that we get to network, we get to reach out to each other, we get to contact and ask for help or information. We help grow each other's businesses. So that's one of the things that we're going to try to do today. If you guys want to get personalized stuff today about your business, please put in the chat what it is you do so that I can customize the demonstration for specific people with specific businesses that they want to do. I'm also going to go through and provide you with some prompts that will help you to understand, and I'm going to share my screen in a second, help you to understand some of the stuff that I do to determine how I'm going to do lead generation. So for everybody that has a business, and I'm just scrolling through, everybody has a business, the first thing you need to understand is what is your ICP? What's your ideal customer profile? And once you have that, then it's a lot easier to figure out whether you have the right kind of leads or the right kind of information. So for example, one of the things I like to do, whether you're working with a system or whether you're not working with a system, whether it's HubSpot or whether it's any one of the other ones out there, is apply a lead scoring system, two different types of lead scoring systems, to anybody who comes in and fills out a form on your website. The first one is, are they in your ideal customer profile and are they a good fit? So let's say, are they 100 people or more? Do they make over $200 million a year? And then certain other things like geographically, where are they located? Are they the right title that's coming in to be able to purchase or make a decision? And who are they? So we want to narrow down a lot of that stuff to make sure we're getting to the decision makers. When I ran a campaign for a company that typically goes out and it's an ad campaign on LinkedIn or anywhere, they tend to spray and pray, which means they hope for anybody who's looking for network security could be coming in for the company regarding their security products. The problem with that is they're spending 80 to 90% of their money on ads that are not targeting the right people. And when I went to look at the difference between even titles between the US and let's say the UK or somewhere else, the titles differentiate a lot. So there was a lot of difference between the actual buying titles and the people who are decision makers in different countries. So you have to make sure if you're looking for people in a different country. We went to Prague for an event, and the titles that we came back with were totally different. And then when I targeted just Prague with their unique titles, I found that we had a much higher success rate. And then you're only targeting the decision makers on the titles, which are your director level above, VP level, and your owners, if they're there, the CEOs and things like that. Otherwise, you get a lot of the researchers, you get a lot of other people who come in who can't possibly make a decision. You spend a lot of money on that. So ICP is a key. I'm just reading the message relates to innovation projection and ICP, innovation management leaders. Okay, so we'll take a look at that. I'm also going to show you a few slides that will give you exact prompts to help you find leads that you can use, and I'll send you or post a link to the presentation as soon as I'm done. So without that, without wasting any time, I'll share that and we'll go through it, and then we can talk about it as we go through it as well. But I want to give you guys the information that you need to really be successful. I've done a lot of these. I've done a lot of work with AI. I use over 200 different AI tools. While some of them make it easier, some of them make it more difficult. So what we're going to do is going to give you a way to find the best LinkedIn leads through Claude for your business. And Claude has emerged with lots of cool tools including the latest one, version 5 of Fable, that gives you a lot of extra features. But that's click-based. Any one of these things, you can also use Gemini, ChatGPT, or Microsoft Copilot. So let's get into it. The goal is that you guys can have a playbook at the end of this with a resettable prompts that you guys can use for your own business and go through ideally and find leads. And if you need help with it, customizing it or something, I'm happy to help as well. So today's roadmap is basically what we're going to do. Nail your ICP first, because that's the most important thing. Know who your ideal client profile is. I run a company called Niche Websites. I know that I'm looking for small and medium business companies or enterprise companies who need websites done or optimized. And I did one for a company yesterday, and the feedback I got back was, wow, I didn't know there was this much wrong with our website, but they haven't looked at it in 2 years. And in 2 years, everything changes from AI optimization to geo optimization to SEO optimization. 40% of people are now using answer optimization for AIO instead of just going to Google and typing a search, because they want answers. They don't want questions. Google lists a bunch of questions and tells you to go look at the sites yourself and figure it out. With answer optimization, we can go ahead and make sure that your businesses, and I'll show you how to do that afterwards, get ranked in ChatGPT, Gemini, and Copilot, so you're getting people finding you when they're asking certain questions. So we'll skip some of this stuff because I want to make sure I'm careful with the time and leave some time left. So we want to nail your ICP. That's the most important thing. If you don't know who your ideal customer profile is, it's impossible to find the customers and leads that are going to be good for you. So we'll go through a 5-step cloud workflow, a prompt library, which I give you later, add-ons and integrations, and then staying compliant and staying on your 30-day plan. So I'm going to spend very little time on this. 1 billion people use LinkedIn. It's number one B2B platform, and 4 to 5 people influence business decisions at their company. The catch, everyone is there, so generic outreach gets ignored. So we have to get more personal, and we have to win the small to medium business precision. Got to get the right people, got to have a relevant reason to talk, and consistent follow-up. That's exactly what Claude is good at, and that's what we're going to show you how to do today. So you can either do it manually, which is 10 to 15 minutes research, hours to write outreach, follow-up slip, most replies come, 2+ touches, and you don't have a dedicated SDR to answer them all, 15-minute plus. Or we could do it in 3 minutes with Claude, where you turn your ICP into precise searches in minutes. You score prospects against an ICP, which is what you're telling it needs. Draft personalized notes from each person based on what their interests are and what they do. It actually goes into their profile and looks at more than just what their title is and what their job, and design follow-up sequences that you can review and send. Step 1, figure out our firmographics. So what industry, what minimum headcount, what revenue range, what geography, and what business model are we interested in? Firmographics are important. So if you're looking for companies that have money, you can use tools to see if they're using HubSpot, if they're using Salesforce, if they're using what tech stack they're using. Because if they've got a pretty good tech stack, you know they're going to be spending a fair bit of money a year and they can afford your services. Maybe your business is a coaching business and you don't need all that stuff, but it's good to know what the company's firmographics are, how many people they have who are on their buyers, how many people they have working for the company. That kind of tells you a good idea of what their payroll is like if you even work it out for $50,000 to $100,000 a person, what their buyer titles are, and then go from there. Pains and triggers. What problem are we trying to solve for them? So I'll give you an example in a second. I set up a site yesterday called reputationrepair.com. Why did I set it up? Because somebody came to me, they had some articles written about them. They wanted to have only positive stuff on them on the internet. So I created a tool they go to, and it'll find all the articles and everything they're mentioned in YouTube, anywhere in the internet, and I'll give them a list, and they can decide which ones they want to keep and which ones they want to get rid of. And that's a tool. I can send you those prompts later too, so you can clean up anybody you want or yourself later, anything you need. So you want to know their pains and triggers. What problems are we trying to solve? Like, is their product good and just nobody knows about it? Is your product, is it too pricey and they're not seeing the value? We have to create an urgency for whatever it is that they're doing and make sure that we can solve the problem. It's like anything else. Bringing a problem to somebody they already know isn't going to do anything, but bringing some sort of solution will. So who to skip? Skip the disqualify, the wrong size, the researchers, the students that are just looking for information, and people that have no budget, or you don't cover that in that industry. So maybe you've got a security product, but you're only doing education, you're doing a couple other industries, but you don't specialize in one of them. So you eliminate that from the start. Rule of thumb, if you can't describe your best customer in one paragraph, don't start prospecting. Have Claude interview you first, and that's something I'm going to show you how to do. Claude's going to interview you. It's going to ask you some relevant questions, and then it'll help you build your ICP. Except I don't usually use the phrase rule of thumb, and I wouldn't suggest you use it. It actually came from the olden days where you weren't allowed to beat your wife with anything more than the thickness of your thumb. So don't use that phrase. That's just a little history. Prompt 1. You can screenshot it if you like, or I can send it to you after and make it available. Paste this into Claude and answer its questions. Save the output. It powers every other prompt. So the prompt is, you're a B2B strategist. Interview me one question at a time to build my ideal customer profile. Cover industry, company size, geography, buyer titles, seniority, the problem we solve, buying triggers, budget signals, and disqualifiers. Keep questions short, and after the interview, output a one-page ICP summary, my top 5 disqualifiers, stated bluntly, and 5 keywords to describe my best fit companies. So it's going to do that, and you're going to just type it in. It's going to ask you a few questions, and you're going to end up with some good results. So, and you can create a project, call it lead gen, and save the ICP as project knowledge. That's where every chat will start. Now, 5-step workflow. Again, define, let it interview you to find out what your ICP is. Search, we're going to use sales filters to search. Scoring, to get the lead quality and how much they match. Personalize with the connecting note, and then a touch sequence weekly to get review, because you know you're not going to get a yes on the first reply. Sometimes it takes 9 or 10 till you get the right one. I've used it personally, and I've created a lot of business for myself in different areas. Stage 2, and by the way, you can come off mic and ask questions either at the end of this or anytime. This is a group for us to all grow and learn. So here's my ICP. So we've got the ICP now because it was given to us by Claude after we answered the questions. Build me LinkedIn search strategies. Find me 3 Boolean title searches for the standard people search bar, sales navigator filter based on industry heading, geography, seniority, or if they posted on LinkedIn in the last 30 days. 5 keyword phrases likely to appear in ideal prospects' headlines or about sections or articles they've written, and 3 groups or hashtags where these buyers are active. So you're narrowing it down. Now, prompt 3, score this prospect against my ICP 0 to 100. So now it'll give you a list of however many prospects you want, let's say 20 or 50, and it'll score them based on, is the prospect, the profile text and company details, did they return a good score, 3 specific reasons for the score, the single best angles for the conversation, how do you approach them, and then the verdict. Do I pursue because they're 80 plus? Do I nurture them if they're 50 to 79, means just educate them about our product? Or do I skip them because they're less than a 50% match? And be critical. Don't inflate your score to be agreeable. So don't try to take a 50 that's not a match and try to turn it into a match. It's not going to work. But you will get some that are in the 90s, and you'll get a lot that are closer to where you want to be. And batch it. You can paste 5 profiles at once and ask for a ranking table. The next step, outreach that sounds like you. So again, you don't want it to come out as if you're posting ads. You want to write it like you're a person, and you're personalizing it. So, hey, Kevin, I noticed you have a really good podcast series. I'm interested in hearing from you. Maybe you're interested in some of my lead generation tactics to bring in more viewers or something like that. Or maybe we could just have a coffee chat online and talk. So prompt 4, first touch. Write 3 versions of a LinkedIn connection under 280 characters to this prospect, and you'll have the list of prospects, so you'll input that there as well. 1 specific observation from their profile, so something that relates you to them. Maybe you're an Oklahoma Sooners fan, and they went to Oklahoma University, and you've got something to talk about. It'll pull that out with this prompt. Reference something specific to them, no pitch, no links, sound like a busy human, end with a light question. So then write the first message to send after they accept, 60 to 90 words, lead with something useful to them, 1 clear question, no meeting asked yet. So you're not really asking for a meeting, you're creating a relationship, and match my voice. Paste 2 sentences that actually sound like you. And you can paste text in here previously and build your own sound, your own profile. I can teach you later on in another one, I'm going to teach you how to build your own clone that's going to have your own voice and everything else, and you can use it for webinars or anything else that you want to do. It'll have your pitch, it'll have your video, it'll have your voice and what you're used to saying. And that'll be something we'll do later on. Follow up number 5. Most replies come after the second or third touch, and most people never send them. So write it once, follow up with this sequence, design a 3-touch follow-up sequence. And this is, again, all these things are things you're giving to Claude. You're not actually doing all this stuff, and you'll have to write it. So Claude already knows your ICP. It's got your first message. It knows what you're talking to. It knows the client has scored well with you. It knows the client could be a good match for you. Now it's going to try to turn the conversation to something that may be a bit more related, like, hey, Kevin, can I share my skills with you on how I've gotten leads for companies like yours before? And then I can just share a soft thing. And it tells you day 4, day 10, day 18, each under 80 words, and no guilt tripping, no fake urgency, no just bumping this up just to get their notice. Like track touches in a simple sheet or CRM. The sequence only works if it actually gets sent. So you can't set it up and not send it. You're going to have to set it up to send. And now you've got a prompt library. And you have all those, the ICP interview that you did to yourself, the search builder to find the right ICP and the people that could be interested in your product or service. You've got a lead scored, you've got a way to connect them with first touch, a follow-up sequence, and then a weekly review. All the stuff that you're going to just paste in what Claude gave you, and all you have to do is know your own business, and then you're in good shape. Add-on that levels it up, Claude projects, Claude for Chrome. These are some things you can add if you have the services. Clay connector. Clay is a service that it's like Zoom Info and some of the other ones where you can connect and it can pull and verify some stuff. CRM connectors if you're hooked up to HubSpot or Salesforce or anything else. If you're not, that's fine too. And it does run some Zapier, if this then that kind of stuff. Gmail, Google Drive, Claude Desktop, which is new, and MCP. So there's a lot of stuff you can do, and this should give you a minimum of 50 new leads per month if you just follow the simple Claude sequence. It should take you about 3 minutes once you know your own business. Set it up in 30 minutes. No, I said 3. Okay, create the Claude project name lead gen, run the first prompt, add the 2 best customer stories because you have to wait till you answer your own questions, paste the 6 prompts into the project instructions, run prompt 2 and save your settings. 30 minutes a day, you'll get 10 qualifies, 5 messages, and you'll get follow-up from everyone else to do. So it's going to be consistent. And I will send this out to you guys so you don't have to worry about it. Do use Claude on text you can legitimately view and copy yourself. Do keep a human review before anything gets sent. Personalize generally, and it's quality over volume. Paste your connection, LinkedIn caps 100 to 200 a week, so you can't send more than that many emails a week. And then don't scrape using bots or connection tools. No mass building identical messages. No fake personalization like loved your post that people post. When somebody goes on, they says type SEO to get this guide, and they all just have this long thing instead of just SEO. Don't let AI send anything unreviewed. So review it. AI is supposed to cut down on the menial tasks. It's not supposed to do all of the thinking for you, and it won't know your ideal customer profile like you will. And then track weekly your accept rate, reply rate, conversations to calls, time per qualified lead. And your first 30 days, you should get some pretty good results. Qualify 50 prospects, connect with 25 of them, first messages, follow up, weekly reviews. And then you're going to start to build up. Like every month, if you do like get 50 out there, you're going to obviously build up and get more. And some will give you repeat business, and you'll also get referrals after you get stuff like this done. Quality beats volume. 10 well-chosen wealth research conversations outperforms 200 blasts, and now the research takes minutes. So run the prompt, qualify the leads, and then messages. And then I'll convert it over to questions, but let's ask, and then I'll personalize it a bit more. So if you guys have questions, feel free to ask, and I'll definitely make this available to you. I tend to, hopefully that wasn't information overload. Francis.
No, Adam, it wasn't. It was great information. Thank you. And timing is perfect because just kind of embarking on a very dedicated LinkedIn outreach approach.
Yeah.
So all your inputs are timed and perfectly helpful. So 2 things. I mean, I use Claude and Gemini very extensively. One thing that helped me, and I think you covered some of it, is I've created a specific project or Google specific gem and broad projects where I've dumped everything about my business, my work, my style of talking, my LinkedIn profile. So it knows so that next time I don't have to feed it much. So, my ICP, it spit it out for me. So that's very helpful if you want to use Claude or, like you said, very extensively. It has your information and it can do the work for you. And it might help in the questionnaire thing you were kind of working out. The one thing I wanted to ask you is in LinkedIn Sales Navigator, so what I do is operate by my ICP is defined by revenue size, and LinkedIn doesn't have revenue size. It has the number of employees. So imagine manufacturers, healthcare, nonprofits. Do you have any cheat or some suggestions of how do you navigate on a revenue basis when on LinkedIn Sales Navigator?
Yeah, so it depends on the company. There's quite a few different ways you can navigate that, and it really depends on the company. Are you dealing with Fortune 500 companies? Are you dealing with enterprise? Are you dealing with small businesses?
Mid-market, I would say 50 to 70 million is annual revenue is a good, ideal sweet spot for us in manufacturing and healthcare.
Okay, so I mean, there's some places that I can pull the data using multiple tools, like things like Clay and a couple other of them have that data. They have the revenue data. LinkedIn used to have it for a long time and they just took it out. And the other thing you should look at, and you probably do already, is look at the insights page for the company on LinkedIn. It gives you a lot of data on the actual company and anything that they've announced and things like that. And sometimes it gives you rough financial data, but it used to have it on all of them. And then recently they took it out. So yeah, if you need to send me a list, I can easily pull the revenue for you with some tools that I've either created or I have. And I'm happy to do that for anybody with anything on this call. Feel free to reach out anytime.
I might take you up on that, but let me try on my own first. But thank you so much for that.
Yeah, that's no problem. And I'll probably, if you email me, I'll probably send you a couple of tools that I use to find out the revenue. And a lot of it you can try to calculate based on some of the stuff that they actually pull in. Like private firms, obviously, they don't have to disclose it. Public firms, it's very readily available. And some of it, the company page obviously is important too, because you can get the number of employees and figure out decent skews for high or big firms, depending on the size and how many alumni and how many contractors they have. And maybe 60 to 80% of small firms will have it in a range that you could use or something.
Thank you, Adam.
So,
No problem.
So I just wanted to jump in and ask you, Adam, because we had spoken about this before, but with not-for-profits, the 990s are public. So we're well aware that, we can pull the revenues there. When you have a for-profit company that's private, they obviously don't post the financials. And one of the things that you mentioned in your presentation was reviewing the tech stack. Can you kind of jump into that a little bit more so that we can kind of understand how you would review and be able to look at their tech stack to be able to qualify them in terms of revenue?
Yeah, so there's a add-in you can use for Chrome. There's two of them. One is called Wappalizer, Wapplyzer. I'll type it in here. And it's free. And every time you go on a website, you can hit the Wappalizer and it'll tell you based on all the code that's on its site and everything else, every item it's working on. So it'll tell you if they're using Salesforce, HubSpot. It'll tell you if they're what virus stuff they have, if they're using big companies, like if they're running. There's a lot of stuff it'll tell you. It gives you the full tech stack. I can do it now on any website I want, and I'll just go to one, and then I'll share if you want. The other thing you should look up, and you don't need to do it, but there's a company called BuiltWith. BuiltWith is a pretty cool tool. So let's say you're trying to get to everybody who uses WordPress or everybody who uses a certain type of financial software that they're paying a fortune for with one of the companies. It'll give you a list with contacts of all the companies that use a particular software. I can't think of the one right now, but it was, I'll tell you what it was. Like anything that uses anything for, like anybody who uses NetSuite, anybody who uses anything else like a large ERP or something else that's using SAP or other things, you can find out all of those companies and email them directly by getting those lists. And I have a membership there. So if anybody needs a list, like it gives me like 9 million WordPress sites. So I can also find out, as an example, somebody who's using a certain plugin with WordPress, and then an ad-in comes out, and then I want to advertise the ad into those people who are running it before the company does and use my affiliate link. I can do that as well. And I sell like hundreds of copies of it ahead of time before the company even knows. So you can find anything. You can find companies like accounting or finance companies that use specific software, and they're a great marketing crowd if you're looking for certain types of software. And you'll know in your industry what the most popular software is. Like whether it be accounting software, if you need people running Microsoft Office, or if you need any small niche as well, you can find it by using one of those two products. You're just asking me to help you out with it, and I gladly will. Any other questions? Feel free, and then I'll turn it back over to my partner. I don't want to take up the whole time. I just want to make sure that you guys know that we're here as a team. Does the capability find capability including trending? Yes. So it'll define also how many people in each country, and it'll give you lists of countries. So for Built With, it'll show you that there's, again, I'm going to make up numbers because I don't know what they are, but 100,000 people in the United States are using a certain type of software, and 20,000 from Lithuania are, and 10,000 from Australia. And it gives you their contact information, their company. And what's more important that people don't realize is if you're looking to replace a company who's got a subscription for some architectural or engineering software, it shows you when that cookie or that code started to appear on their website. And you can use that as a guide to think that's when the contract started, March of 2025. You could think March 2026 is when it's going to end. And you want to target these people with the software 3 months before their contract ends, because that's when they start to look for something else. Does that make sense? Perfect. But yeah, you can install that plugin. Like I'm on Google, and it's telling me that, I can share now. It's just, I'll show you what I'm seeing and how it works so you understand. Is that the one? I think so. Maybe not this one. So I'm just going to share window. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it. Can you see the box that popped up here, or just Google?
Yes.
Yeah, we see the
Okay.
box.
Okay, so you can see that it comes up, and I can go to any website. So I'm just going to pick one, Security Compass, because I know what they use. .com. Okay, so now I'm going to their website, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the same Wapalizer, and it's going to tell me they're using Wordflare, they're using Cloudflare, they're using MySQL, they're using PHP, and it'll give me all the information on stuff that they're using. And you can do this with anybody. Like I'm going to pick one of our telecommunication companies, Rogers.com. They handle telecommunications. And again, I can go here, click the Wapalizer, and it's going to give me 7 technologies that they use. So they've got Dynatrace for analytics, Adobe Analytics. They've got reCAPTCHA set up, and it scrolls down so you can see everything that they're using. For performance, they're using Hints. For managers, using this, Adobe for customer service. And it tells you everything that they're using, and you can use this. They're using ServiceNow as their one of their security platforms, and you can look at everything and anything you want about a company. So it's pretty cool to be able to look and figure out what their tech stack is, because then you know whether it's a small company that's just running a WordPress site, it may be harder to sell them on your coaching or whatever it is that you're trying to sell. It just gives you some guidance and tips ahead of time. What are the services that I offer? Anything and everything I do. There's nothing I can't do online. I just built a site for a woman who's setting up a housing community for foster kids and 12 kids, and we built the site in 30 minutes. So anything and anything online you want to do, if you want to optimize your website for leads, I can do it for you. If you want to optimize for traffic, whatever you need, I'm happy to help you guys and show you how to do it. First thing I do is I do a big optimization report, and then I go through it. And I have this site called, what's it called? AffordableWebsites.com. And basically you can pick your own price, because I'm not out there to make money. Half the money I make goes to donations for autism societies or other things like that. But I'm happy to help with anything, whether it's Claude or any of the AI tools or your website or anything you need to help grow your businesses. That's the whole point that Kevin put this together, and I appreciate Kevin and everything he's done for everybody. And Let me see if there's any questions before I turn it over. It'd be interesting to see law firms by size. Oh, I can get you all the law firms in a specific city and by size and everything else you could want about them. There's a couple other tools I use for that. So basically, I can also get you companies that have like low reputations, need higher reputations, or they need positive reviews, or companies that you would want to work with, basically in any industry. So there's lots of cool stuff, and we'll go into this in a few of the upcoming webinars that we're going to do, and it's all going to be about learning and making sure that everybody grows, and together we hopefully provide business for each other. It's not anything selfish here. It's just so we can all grow. Does the software?
So Adam, I was going to ask, is there a way when we are talking to our Claude to kind of search by region and to search by NAICS code?
Yeah, put them in your ICP. You can absolutely include those things and it will understand it, especially Fable. You want to use an earlier version of Fable of Claude, just because Fable charges credits now, starting like, I think it's open till today, July 21st, it's free, but there's a lot of stuff. You can ask it anything. If you've got extra information about your ICP and you want to know one of the codes and you want to go geographically, absolutely. Like I concentrate on a lot of American companies. I'm in Canada, by the way. I'm in Toronto, but I absolutely, you do whatever you want, and I can help you fine tune your ICP. If you want to send it over to me, I can write it even tighter than you, so you can get the specific results that you want, and then I can help find deep information on any of those companies. And I'm happy to work with people, and we can all make money.
So, Adam, a quick
question. I love how you say quality is better than quantity. I really appreciate that.
I'd rather talk to.
We all feel.
I talked to 4 people today who are spending like probably $50,000 between them. I'd rather do that than talk to, and they're all people I'm helping. Like I spend a lot of time with the non-speakers community. I spend a lot of time with foster care or with special kid needs. I won't charge a parent or a child anything. I'll help them no matter what. It's the corporations and the sponsors that end up paying me for the high-end stuff. But I work with a lot of parents, and I have a lot of feeling for them, and I just like to see them get something better in their day than what they're going through.
Hey, Adam, a quick question on just to ponder a bit more on something you talked about.
Sure.
The outreach.
Yep.
So 2 questions. One is, would you say it makes sense to connect or request a connect without a message or with a message? And the second is, we have looking at a similar 3-step kind of touch.
Yeah.
What is the timing gap? I don't know if you talked about it, but what would you recommend between, connection accepted to touch 1, 2, 3?
So it would probably be like 1, 3, 10 or 1, 4, 10, something like that. And then after that, I would do like 17 after that. And I would probably, first ones are definitely like, you want to get, the other thing about getting a LinkedIn connection is when you call them, they immediately remember that they just connected with you, and then your name is fresh in their head. So I'll tell you a quick story. I've sold a lot of domain names. One of them that I sold was Paperback. I called the guy in accounting at Barnes and Noble. I knew it wasn't the right guy. His name was Michael, and I said, Michael, who should I be talking to? And he told me the CEO, whatever his name was, Tom. I'm just making it up because I forget. So then I called Tom and I said, listen, I talked to Michael in accounting and he said you'd be the right guy. I went right through and I sold paperback.com immediately on that phone call by using other contacts in the chain to get you referred on up to the decision makers. So you can use that, talk to somebody who's maybe a sales rep or a director of sales or something, because they'll want to talk to you in sales, or an accountant or somebody who really isn't going to care. Get their information and add them and then contact them and use that to connect to the right people.
And how would you translate that into LinkedIn? Like, you said there were 3 touches in LinkedIn.
Yeah.
You're sending a connection request. Do you recommend just, putting a message or just requesting a connect, and then how many days between touch 1, 2, 3?
So I'd recommend to connect based on some commonality, like we're both in this group, and I figured it'd be like we're both in parenting or something, or whatever group it is, and then reach out and talk on that, set that connection up. And then afterwards, you can follow up either with a phone call or another email. But always use some sort of smart tactic, and you can put it in LinkedIn as well. You can add the groups that they're in and you're in, and find a way to connect based on commonality. Do that first, and then you've got a warm phone call when you call, because they are going to recognize your name, and go from there.
Thanks, Adam.
No problem. Anybody else have questions before I return it to Kevin? And okay, let me let my partner take over. And if you guys have any questions, I'll put my email in here. It's easy, adam.dicker@gmail.com or adam@dicker.com. Whatever you want, doesn't matter. Feel free, and I do respond. You can also, I don't shy away from being contacted. You can also contact me through WhatsApp, and I will put my number in. People are surprised when I answer the phone, but I do. And if you have questions, you can WhatsApp me or you can text or anything. It's not about anything that I've accomplished in the past. It's about every day is a new day, and every day we want to do new things to help each other. So feel free.
Thank you, Adam.
My pleasure. Honestly, I get good feeling out of this. So now I'll return it to my partner if he's still awake. Continue.
Eugene, we are also, if that's okay, we can also have quick introductions in the room as well, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Eugene, Eugene, you were gonna say something, Eugene? Sorry, did I interrupt?
Oh, I was just going to say thank you, Adam. One of the things that we consistently deal with is when we do prospect, it takes us a very long time to be able to make one call. So to go through 10 leads, can take an hour. And unfortunately, many of us don't have an hour to just do prospecting a day. So you being able to show us how to use Claude to cut it down to 3 minutes is definitely much appreciated. And I'm sure everybody on this call took plenty of notes. With that said, we will be holding our committee meetings the third Tuesday of every month. So we will be back next month to continue on the next subject. And if anybody has any questions or anything, they can email myself and Adam so that we can address it on the next call.
Yeah, if you thought you got good value out of this one, it's going to get even better as I learn the people who show up in the group so we can customize it and really give you some detailed stuff.
This is good. Would you like to have introductions in the room before we leave? It looks like we have another time.
Whoever is willing to step up and introduce themselves, feel free and don't be shy.
I'll introduce myself first.
All right.
My name is Tim. Hello, everyone. First of all, my name is Tim Reiter. I'm a CPA. I work for a company called MGO LLP. We're a CPA firm. We do accounting, tax, and business advisory services. I'm on the tax side, but if your business needs any help in any area, including auditing, anything that's business related or tax related, if it's not something that I deal with directly, I can definitely find somebody within the firm to help. We serve many different industries: real estate, manufacturing, distribution, just to name a few, technology. And again, I'm involved in I do mostly entity tax work, which is partnerships, S corps, and C corporations. And we serve a lot of the middle market. We do have a lot of high net worth individuals as well. And if you have any accounting or business needs, like I said, I deal with tax, but it's if it's something that's not in my area, I could definitely find somebody in the firm that can help out.
Cool. Who's next?
He's got his hand. Ed's got his hand up. I don't know if that's next.
Go ahead, Ed.
Want to put some Robert's Rules of Orders there. Ed Cage, I am an intellectual property counsel. My background includes career arcs in tech. I started out as a rocket scientist, career arc in management. I built a multifunctional management repertoire because I wanted to be a general manager. Got to be a point where I was an assistant general manager and was bored to tears. And now I deal deal with incredibly intelligent people all the time as a patent attorney and intellectual property counsel. My market right now is actually transitioning and trying to find a place to use my skills to their utmost. So less of a salesy type of thing for myself, but loving to hear the conversations here because they're all very adaptable. Ed Caja.
And I think I have some business for you right away since I'm dealing in transactions with intellectual property law every week.
That's awesome.
Nice to meet you.
I live in New York. I find a way how to take it from your head and place it in your hand. I do it for 17 years now, and I can keep you for 3 days, just tell you story, what I did, the work that I do. And it's not so complicated, but there is one thing I don't do. I don't help people. I refuse to help people, which is mean I will assist you, I will support you, I will serve you if you're willing to help yourself. Otherwise, nobody can do anything for you. So I would like to have coffee with each and one of you to get to know you. You get to know me, and we take it from there.
That sounds pretty good.
Thank you. Chris?
How's it going? So my name's Chris.
Welcome.
How you been, Kevin? My name's Chris Coluccio. I live in a couple worlds. I'm also very happy to call Kevin one of my good friends for very many years. So love what he's doing with the place. Yeah, so my main gig is I own a company called TechWorks Consulting. We're an outsourced IT consulting, managed services, and infrastructure company, IT infrastructure. About 50% of our business is in the nonprofit space. We deal with a lot of large nonprofit and manufacturing. Those are kind of our two biggest areas. Secondarily to that, I run a nonprofit myself for suicide and mental health awareness for teens. And then on top of that, we run a local group over here called the MacArthur Business Alliance, which I believe Kevin's a member of, that is supports an area on Long Island around the MacArthur Airport. It supports the businesses around that area.
That's pretty cool.
Chris,
I'm
you and I
happy.
are neighbors.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm in Smithtown, so you and I are neighbors, bud.
Great.
So I live in Floral Park,
Yeah,
so we're in the same island.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. Represented, guys. I like it.
North Massapequa for me, not too far either.
Oh, wow.
Anyone else want to jump off mute and give us a little bit about you? What about Alex? Is Alex Jerez still there?
Is there?
Yeah, I'm here. Thanks, Eugene. Afternoon, everyone. Alex Jerez, Brown & Brown Insurance, based in Garden City, Long Island, and Times Square, New York. My specialty is commercial insurance and group health insurance for nonprofits and for food and beverage. If I can help anyone, let me know. And I'm very clear on my ICP. Thanks, Adam. That was great.
The interesting part is a lot of you are into the organizational stuff, and I'm involved with about 35 501Cs in Jersey and New York, so and all over the states. I was just in Washington D.C. working on a foster care system that's going to replace the whole U.S. foster care system off of manual to digital. So that's pretty cool. I think I can get a lot of business for a lot of you in the 501C space.
That's
Next.
great. Who is next? Francis?
So hi, Francis Borges, founding member, and I co-chair the manufacturing and healthcare committees, and based in New Jersey, one of the few. But yeah, we want to expand here too. So what we do, well, so here's my question to this room, right? When did you or your clients last check whether they were overpaying on all the boring stuff, right? Freight, packaging, insurance, uh, business services, MRO, telecom. Nobody wakes up excited to audit their waste hauling contract, and all the crappy stuff which nobody wants to prioritize. Well, that's exactly where there's money still sitting there. So that's my job. I'm with Era Group, the world's largest cost consulting company. And we drop it straight into the bottom line, into hidden EBITDA, and into the mission dollars for nonprofits. And we do it risk free for the mid market. We only get rewarded on the savings we actually deliver. So any mid-market, manufacturer, healthcare organization, nonprofits, or distributors, and whoever's advising them, like the folks on this group, uh, that's my conversation. So all the tighter, boring stuff, which nobody has expertise, benchmarks, or capability to get into, we find savings for them from there. Thanks, Kevin.
Do you serve service-based industries, or is it pretty much just
Absolutely.
manufacturing? Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, our highest impact is for manufacturers, healthcare, just because they have these pseudo-direct categories, but everyone has insurance, banking, fees, uh, you know, employee benefits. It's a whole host of, office supplies, facilities management. Everyone has overheads. Some have it more than others. We find savings all across. We're industry agnostic.
So I think, Francis, we already said we needed to connect, and I think we found a little power sphere for ourselves to get together and make it all work. I'm very excited to offline maybe put something together so we can meet in person.
Oh, absolutely. We had a call with Kevin a few, maybe an hour back, and we are talking about the same thing. I mean, there is definitely, you are one of the persons we want to connect with, and some of the coaches where there's a lot of commonality and ways we can help each other and actually get the message moving across, right? That helps everybody. So definitely, we should connect.
Amen.
I'll wait for your email or I'll send one out.
Sounds good. Who is next? Melina.
Yes, hi. Hi, Kevin.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Adam. That was great. A lot of useful information. We all appreciate it. My name is Melina Picon from upstate New York. My company is Power Books LLC. I provide outsource bookkeeping, accounting, and controller services. And if anyone needs any help with their books, I'm here.
Yeah, we need to get you a list of companies that need help with their books.
Sounds great. Thank you,
Yeah,
Melina.
you're welcome.
I have
Okay.
a very good network for you in upstate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Make sure to get in touch. Also, please share your contact information,
Yes,
company
let me
website in the chat box. I'll share these with everyone. Our team will send you an email. So please don't be shy. Share your contact information in the chat box.
I also put the slides in the chat so you could download them now.
That's great. Thank you, Adam.
No problem.
Okay, who is next? Jolie.
I'm here. My video's
Jolie.
just not working.
No worries.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jolie. I own a staffing company, Jobs by Jolie. I am also the HR and Workforce Development Chair for AVCCI. I am also in the MacArthur Business Alliance, which was mentioned earlier. Anywhere. I'm everywhere. Just finding staff for everyone.
Jolie's not lying. We actually met before because she is everywhere. I don't know if you remember me, Jolie, but we met at 25 Melville at Tom's meeting.
Yes.
I think I know you also.
See, I'm in a people
wouldn't-
business, so I need to know a lot of people.
There is one rule I recommend to everyone, which is be comfortable talking to strangers.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you live in a bubble.
Yeah.
Correct.
This is great. Thank you, Jolie.
Thanks.
Who is next? Hey, Bill, are you there?
I am sorry, my video disappeared when Adam was doing his demo. So I don't know what happened and it won't come back. Anyway, Bill Miller, I have a couple of books in the book club. I've been on Kevin's podcast and checking this out for the first time. It's very nice to meet everybody. There's a few returnees to a lot of these meetings. So it's pretty good to meet everyone. I focus on first-time CEOs and founders, and sometimes stuck CEOs. People have been around for a while that just are flat at this moment. So my books are all about that, and I have what I call a CEO Navigator system that I've just soft launched, and I have a free assessment if you want to know what your blind spots are and how to address those. So all you need to do is go to my website. It's beelinebill.com and spelled out. And I'm happy to provide that free assessment and report for whoever wants it. So that's me.
Thank you, Bill. Also, Bill's books are also listed in AVCCI Business Book Club. I also put the link in the chat box, and also we had the pleasure of having Bill in Business Book Club meeting as well, our first Business Book Club meeting, and that was also great. Bill, thank you so much. Thank you for being with us. All right, who is next? Naeem? Looks like he's on mute. Phil? Hello, Phil.
Great job, Adam. Really super informative. Great to see you, Chris. And I owe an email to Jolie too. So my name is Phil Viciano. I'm also part of the AVCCI, and I'm the chair for proactive education. I'm an independent college and career coach, helping students and parents navigate the overwhelming college and career process. I'm also the co-founder of Helpopedia, and with Adam is on our board, and he has provided us an exceptional special needs help directory, a wealth of information and one-stop shopping for families who have family members who have disabilities and special needs, and that's pretty robust. And we're growing every day, and we're expanding it every day. Thanks.
Hey, Kevin, I know Naeem got pulled into some other call just now. Can I give a quick intro about him just so that people know?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
I know we are at time, so I'll keep it short. Just Naeem Sayed is he's based in Long Island. He is also the co-chair of the manufacturing and healthcare with me, and he's also an ERA Group consultant like me. And so again, he comes again with similar to me, 25 years of executive background in mostly Fortune 100 companies. But beyond his focus on ERA Group and healthcare manufacturing, he's doing a lot of work in the nonprofit space. He's on the board of some of the largest nonprofits and working quite extensively with many nonprofits. So yeah, you should meet him more often. He's just got pulled into something, and we both together kind of have a lot of ideas for the manufacturing group, the healthcare group, and also with I heard a lot of nonprofit alignments here, so that should be something that we should pick up and drive more. And Naeem is the right person to help kind of drive that more than me, I would say.
Thank you. I think everyone introduced himself herself, right? So Eugene, Adam, back to you for closures.
So before I let my colleague take it away, who did such an excellent job, I'm just going to say thank you all for the time. If there are anybody or any subjects that you want us to review in our next call or our next few meetings, we're happy to adjust. We do want to make this powerful and meaningful for the group and not just talk at people. Adam is very, very big on engagement. So if anybody has any particular subjects they'd like us to cover, we're more than happy to adjust some of our subject matter and make sure that we take care of it so that the group benefits as a whole. With that said, Adam, I'll let you wrap us up. Thank you so much.
So I think you did a great job wrapping it up. You are the ultimate partner, and we couldn't have done any of this without you as well. So I just want to thank everybody for their participation, and you can be sure we will have something intriguing for our next meeting, and appreciate getting to know all of you. So hopefully we can stay in touch, add each other to LinkedIn, and continue the relationship we started building today. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed the session, and the hour was worth it.
Thank you very much. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Adam.
Please
Thank
sign
you.
up for the next events. So we'll continue
you.
these. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Eugene.
Hi, I'm Christine Daniels. I'm a high performance coach, executive strategist, and keynote speaker. I'm also a founding member of America's first virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the co-chair of the Leadership and Management Growth Committee. I run my own business. It's a coaching and consulting practice. The work I do is about developing leaders, building stronger teams, and integrating high performance with personal alignment, that inner work that makes the outer work sustainable. I deliver this through executive coaching, leadership development, and strategy work with executives, founders, and leadership teams. Before this chapter of my career, I spent over 25 years across capital markets, family office investing, and venture capital. One of the things I value most about AVCCI is what it actually is: a national community where professionals, business owners, and organizations connect, collaborate, and amplify each other's work. Building a business is one thing. Building it with the right relationships, the right visibility, and the right network across the country, that is something else entirely. And AVCCI is where that happens. If this sounds like the kind of community you've been looking for, we would love to have you. Learn more at avcci.us and learn more about my work at christineadaniels.com. I look forward to connecting.
Hello, I'm talking to you as a founding member of America's Virtual Chamber for Commerce and Industry. We are proud to be a founding member of this movement, and we're inviting you all to join in. Let me introduce myself. My name is Halil Aksu. I'm the co-founder and co-CEO of Digitopia, a global scale-up working on digital and AI transformation, reinventing consulting. We are helping organizations ranging from Unilever to Microsoft, from Intel to many other organizations in various industries, in various geographies. We are assessing their maturity, we're road mapping their digital and AI transformations, and we are helping them with all kinds of questions around AI implementation. As you know, AI is the most important and most influential technology of our days. This change is unprecedented. Every industry, every business is affected and must harness the opportunities AI is bringing. So for any questions around AI and the transformation within your organizations, we are the right partner to talk to. We helped hundreds of customers around the world, and we're happy to helping you as well. Looking forward. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Jolie Leidner, and I'm a founding member of America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And I'm also the co-chair of the Human Resources and Workforce Development Committee. And we at that committee will guide you with everything educational for HR and recruiting, as I own Jobs by Jolie, a staffing company. And we're here for all your staffing needs, where we staff every industry with a personal touch, and we do temporary, permanent, and temp to perm staffing, and we do it across the country. So I could be reached at 516-521-7602 or Jolie at jobsbyjolie.com. Hope to hear from you. Thanks.
I'm David Faverio. I'm a founding member of America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry, other known as AVCCI. I am the chair of the Sustainability Committee. We look to educate people and businesses on how to be more sustainable. and how to introduce sustainability into their business to be more efficient in their operations. I'm also the president of Pupfish Sustainability Solutions. Pupfish's data destruction methods are AAA NAID certified through iSigma, which certifies our adherence to the highest security and ethical standards in the data destruction industry. We operate on a zero landfill policy, which means nothing winds up in the landfill. Everything's 100% repurposed or recycled back into the U.S. manufacturing stream. And Pupfish received our certified B Corporation status in 2021, and we are proud to be a force for the local and global good.
Hello, I'm Kimberly Mitchell, founding member of America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Visit us at www.avcci.us and become a member today. I'm also the owner of Emerald City Ventures. I work with Gen X women who find themselves in a pattern of stopping and starting and starting and stopping. And we reunite you with that version of yourself that you've been trying to reach for years. And she's in there. We're going to bring her out. So visit us at www.kimm.co or email me at theowner@emeraldcityventures.net.
Hi, it's Neil Abruzzi, and I'm here to talk to you today about America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I am proud to be the head of the Technology for Business Committee, where through the Commerce we intend to bring usable technology information to the membership, something not far-reaching, but something that you can use in your business, hopefully that very day. I'm 35 years running EDI Options. We're here a company for making connections between retailers and vendors. We provide connectivity services, integration services, data handling services, and all kinds of different commerce consulting. So come on and join us at the America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce. You're going to love it here, and I look forward to working with you going forward.
Hello, my name is Christian Torres. I am one of the new founding members of the American Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, we're putting together some committees that are shaped specifically to help business owners just like you. And I'm proud to be the new co-chair of the Business Strategy and Innovation Committee, which means every month we're going to be working together to bring you the educational content, the insights, the learnings, and the resources to help you figure out what's next, what's on the horizon. There are so many shifts in the marketplace right now and disruptions going on every single day. My background is actually in decision intelligence, which means that I help companies make high stakes decisions using data, AI, and decision-making frameworks. And I do that all through my company, Stark Analytics. So I am really, really excited to bring that expertise and knowledge to the Committee for Business Strategy and Innovation and help business owners just like you get the tactical advantage that they need to succeed.
Welcome to America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry. My name is Joe Beauchamp. I'm one of the founding members here. I'm also the chair of the Leadership Committee. I'm here to help leaders develop strategies. My company is Beauchamp Team Growth Solutions. We help business owners and business leaders to develop their leadership skills, the leadership skills of their team. We know that better leaders get better results, and we provide that leadership strategy, training, and education for business leaders to run their companies better. Hope you can join us at the America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Hello, I'm Nerio Rivera, and I'm a founding member at America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Please join us today and let us help you grow your business. So I'm also the Senior Client Manager at IMSM. There we help support your current and upcoming ISO certifications through training and a variety of other services. So if you have any questions regarding ISO, the process, or how to maintain it, please send me an email.
I'm Mel Blackwell, the president of Blackwell Media Group, and I'm a proud member of the AVCCI. Joined recently and very, very supportive and excited about that. As president of Blackwell Media Group, basically, I'm a retired corporate fixer. For 35 years, I've worked in global companies, domestic US companies, to help boards and C-level teams try to figure out how to solve complex business riddles. In doing that, I actually decided to hang up my cleats because 35 years is a long time. I deployed behind enemy lines. I did not go in as a consultant. I took a full-time role because I loved working with the teams. I loved building the teams, and I liked the smell of napalm, And so I worked in those different stints for 2 to 6 years, and in kind of graduating from that world now, I do keynote speaking at major conferences, at annual retreats for corporate teams, and kind of a hybrid of coming in to speak to a large crowd or even a small room, and then rolling up my sleeves and coaching and helping a team solve a specific complex riddle. In doing all of that, what I realized, I wrote a book called Uncommon Sense: How to Fix Your Workplace Culture in the Wild West of Business. In doing all that, I realized, reflecting back, for about a year, I wrote the book that I've been working on for 20 years. And when I finally said, all right, I'm going to write this thing, I realized almost everything I did was culture. And so I am somewhat of a culture architect. I've had a reputation of being very plain spoken. What you see is what you get. Funny. I like to have fun, but pretty serious. And I can do some really complex, brutal stuff, whatever it takes to protect the culture and the good people. And so that's what I do now. I do the speaking and I work with people. Don't even be embarrassed. It's like, Mel, we have this really complex riddle we're beriddled by it. I'll come in, roll up my sleeves, and we'll slay that thing. So that's what I do, and I'm looking forward to it. And I highly recommend everybody support Kevin and the AVCCI.
Hi, I'm Stacy Simbrom. I am a member of the AVCCI. I am also one of the leads of the Women in Business Committee and the Health and Wellness Committee. I run a company called Reflection Project. I am a coach. I am an integrative wellness coach. And what that means is I work with individuals who want to optimize their lives, do better with their wellness, do better in their relationships, and feel better about themselves and the world that they live in. I take an integrated approach, which helps you to learn how to leverage your 3 centers of intelligence, which is your brain, your logic, your emotions, and your body, which is your intuition. I bring several different modalities into this work. I've been doing this work for about 15 years now, and I would look forward to working with you and collaborating with you in this space. If this sounds like something that you would like to learn more about, please contact me either by phone or by email. Thank you very much, and I look forward to meeting with you soon. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Mike Catherwood, one of the founding members of America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry, AVCCI. I'm also the chair of the International Trade, Wholesale, Distribution, and Logistics Committee. During our committee meetings, we'll be sharing important content that will help companies in those industries achieve their growth goals. Aside from AVCCI, I work for Allianz Trade, the largest provider of trade credit in the world. Trade credit helps businesses in all industries feel comfortable with who they're extending credit to, eliminating the worry of, is someone going to pay? If your business is offering credit terms or considering doing so, please contact me to learn more. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. My name is Christy Brink, and I'm the owner of Lux Escapes by Christy, personal travel planning, and the co-chair of the Women in Business Committee. I'm a passionate traveler and work closely with my clients to plan personal, curated itineraries around the world. I research the best value, work with local experts around the world, and provide convenience and support so you can travel more and plan less. I am relationship driven, so it's important to me to get to know my clients so I can deliver the best travel experience with each trip. If women in business resonates with you, please join me as we work to provide education, inspiration, and support for all women that join. I look forward to getting to know you all. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Steve Turner and excited to be a part of the American Virtual Chamber of Commerce, AVCCI. I am the owner and operator of Solomon Turner Public Relations in St. Louis, author of the book PR That Works, and a national speaker. We solve the problems of helping companies build their brand through PR strategies in this crazy era of AI. Solomon Turner helps business owners better connect with their customers and communities that they serve for the long term. And we help sales and marketing with long-term growth by using these PR strategies. We have clients nationwide. We've worked with a lot of people you would know, such as celebrities as Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, Steve Forbes, and many corporations like Northwestern Mutual. So I invite you to reach out. Love to talk to you, meet you, and have a conversation. And feel free to email or call at the numbers provided. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Arthur Germain. I'm the principal and chief brand teller at Brand Telling. We're a brand architecture firm, and I'm a proud AVCCI member. So, brand telling gives growing B2B companies the one clear story your whole team can tell, so you, as the founder, aren't the only one who can explain what your company does. What does this sound like? I call it narrative drift. It starts off, it's all in your head. You know the story. You built the brand, you know all about it. But now, every sales call has a different story, and prospects start to notice. Or your marketing spend is up, but your firm never really seems different. Maybe you're expanding and your founder story isn't the same as when you started. All of these things are parts of what I call narrative drift. I help companies by exploring with them what makes them different and unique. I call it the category of one. What gives them that category of one, and then how do they express that category? So, for example, I've worked with technology companies that often sound very similar to others in the industry, and I've helped them to really look at where do they serve, whether it's through a geography or whether it's through a specific industry, and what do they do? Why do clients come to them in the first place? I explore that and then we install it. I call it installing a story operating system. What we do is we look to write down all of the messages, all of the narrative about the company stories, so that it's in one place. Think of it like having a brand Bible where everybody can turn to find out all things about you. And that way you're not having to make things up or trying to jump around trying to build new messages when you build something like a presentation for sales or you're updating and refreshing the website. Why is this necessary? Here's a good example. Lots of companies will go through a merger acquisition. Maybe it's just two friendly companies that merge together. Now they're offering some new products or new services, and you're not quite sure which one leads. It used to be just your company before the other one. Now, how does that brand story sound? What you want to do is you want to sound unified, and you want to make it sound like you're doing this for your customers' benefit. So I help companies to do that. I guide them through the process of discovering their category of one, installing that story operating system, and then I stick around. I help them to maintain through brand guidance. That's what I love to do. My background is in brand storytelling, starting in publishing 20 years ago, moving through public relations and marketing, where I discovered what people really wanted was to learn the story. They wanted to know the behind the scenes, what's going on at the company. That's what made them different. That's what made them unique. And that's what made them good partners, good customers, good employees and employers. So I work with companies to discover that. Again, my name is Arthur Germain, and you can find me at Brand Telling. That's brandtelling.com. Thanks very much.
Hi, I'm Tony Lucidi. I am the CEO and owner of Lucidi Technical Solutions, and I'm also a founding member of the AVCCI Tech, AI, and Cybersecurity for Business Committee. My company is basically a small uh, consulting firm where I offer fractional CIO work. I help companies with their digital transformations into predominantly how to utilize the existing software they already have to help make improvements to their costs, make improvements to their processes, and really try to get them to utilize more efficiently the software they already have. Most small businesses, medium businesses, they don't have tech teams. They don't have a CIO. They may have an MSP or a vendor that can help them, but generally speaking, they don't have someone on staff that helps them with their technical decisions who has the experience that I have. I have over 35 years experience in technologies. Started with application development, website, mobile. Then I reached out into marketing. Then I branched out into business, and now I own my own company. I'm going to really highly recommend that you all join the Tech, AI, Cybersecurity, and Business Committee because technology covers a multitude of industries. It's across the board. You can never go wrong by joining a technology committee that will help you basically determine and help you navigate the difficult natures of technologies. If you just look at AI in general, how many of you are trying to get AI implemented? What do you do? How do you do it? This is where this committee will come into play. I think it's a great committee, and I look forward to you joining us and becoming a member of AVCCI.
Hi, I'm Lou Bernardi. I'm the founder of BrightPath Benefits in Melville, New York. We are essentially an employee benefits agency specializing in all types of benefits, but a particular specialty in group health insurance plans. I've been in the business for about 34 years, and I've seen the industry of healthcare and health insurance change dramatically since the implementation of managed care, which really was designed to keep the consumer in the dark. These days, and really for the last 8 years of my career, we have changed everything about our agency to focus on plan sponsors, their members, patients, helping people really navigate and better understand the healthcare and the health insurance ecosystems. The deliberate attempt by both of those ecosystems to keep the consumer in the dark has really perpetuated increasing premiums every year on group health insurance plans, decreasing, diminishing benefits, and really an unsustainable health insurance and healthcare system. What we do is we use AI. We use best-in-class solution partners. Of course, we use insurance companies when we have to, especially their networks. But when possible, we are building high-performance health plans that really mitigate the artificial cost of healthcare and health insurance. We use AI to help people access and identify the very best doctors so that they can get the top care. And we use direct contracting, self-insurance, stop loss when applicable to help companies save dramatically. Examples of that savings are a company in New Jersey, a very large veterinary hospital system with about 400 employees, about 300 of which are on their health plan, reduced their cost by $1.2 million in year one. And that was not by shifting costs onto employees. It was actually identical benefits, exact same copays they had previously, just better partners. We're working with the best in class solution partners that supplement health insurance plans. What I'm really passionate about, and I just finished my book actually this week called Inside the Healthcare Heist. It is really there to elevate the IQ of CEOs, CFOs, re-engage with the C-suite so that they can work with us and HR as a team to build smarter health insurance plans. It's no secret that healthcare, health insurance is costing businesses significantly. It's a top 2 or 3 expense for most companies, but it doesn't have to be. There is a dividend sitting within your health insurance plan that can be redistributed back to you and your employees, put it into your growth fund, and use that to really help your business excel. A health insurance plan doesn't have to be the burden that it is too often. It can really be a differentiator. It can be a competitive advantage if you know how to build it properly. And that's really where we excel here at Bright Path Benefits. So I welcome any connections. Look for a copy of my book. I think it's in the AVCCI website under authors. We are not just your average run-of-the-mill insurance broker focused on insurance premiums. We are focused on building high-performance health plans for businesses of all sizes. We have solutions for small groups, large groups, and mid-size employers. The solutions are plentiful. It's the approach. We call it the plan system, prioritizing employee health, leveraging technology, aligning for proper outcomes, and navigating the healthcare system. That's the mindset we've created. We're working with companies that are doing this every day. Look forward to connecting with like-minded business owners who really don't want to continue to pay 5, 10%, or even more than that every single year for something they have very little insights in. Thank you very much. Nice meeting you.
Thank you for being with me in the American Business Podcast. If you'd like to be a guest in the American Business Podcast, please send us an email, guestbooking@americanpodcast.tv. If you'd like to sponsor ABP, if you'd like to advertise in our podcast episodes, please send us an email, growyourbusiness@americanpodcast.tv. You can advertise your company, your products, your services, and your brands in the American Business Podcast. Please send us an email, growyourbusiness@americanpodcast.tv. You can also visit our website, americanpodcast.tv, to learn more about the American Business Podcast as well as our coming streaming schedule. Now you can have your branded company podcast within the American Business Podcast network. We call it Business Podcasting as a Service, PaaS. If you're interested in starting your business podcast in the American Business Podcast network, please send us an email, paas@americanpodcast.tv. As part of our international expansion, we started international podcast editions. When you scan this QR code, it'll take you to our YouTube page. And please go to the podcast section in our YouTube page and you'll see our international podcast editions. They are ABP Espanol, ABP German, ABP French, ABP Hindi, ABP Portuguese, and ABP Turk, that you can listen to American Business Podcast in 6 different foreign languages. Okay, well, we are in the process of increasing our presence in social media. If you're on LinkedIn, please scan this QR code and subscribe, follow us on LinkedIn. If you're on TikTok, please scan this QR code. It'll take you to our TikTok page. Please subscribe. Please follow us. If you are on Instagram, please scan this QR code. It'll take you to our Instagram page and please subscribe. If you are on Facebook, we'll also appreciate your help and support. Please scan this QR code. It'll take you to our Facebook page and please follow us. And finally, we are on IMDb next to other reputable media productions. Please scan this QR code, go to our IMDb page, and please rate us on IMDb. We'll truly appreciate your help and support. I'd like to thank you for your help. Thank you for your support. I'm looking forward to seeing you in coming the American Business Podcast episodes. The American Business Podcast is the voice of American business. The American Business Podcast, America's fastest growing educational business podcast network in this age of AI. Thank you very much for your help and looking forward to seeing you. Thank you.